Yes, the end of the year is here. And how better to end the year with a meteorology project. I am Destry, and here alongside me today is Troy Dombrowski. We will be learning about hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes, asteroids, comets, meteors, optical phenomenon, natural fires, earthquakes, weather instruments, and clouds. Yes, you heard it right, clouds. Now, Troy, would you like to start today with a lesson on hurricanes?
Sure. Okay. Hurricane is a type of tropical cyclone, or a low-pressure system that generally forms in the tropics. A typical cyclone is accompanied by thunderstorms and can bring heavy rains and damaging winds to affected areas. There are three types of those storms: hurricanes, cyclones, and typhoons. Warm water and deep water fuel these hurricanes. Hurricanes are classified into 5 categories based on their wind speed, central pressure, and damage potential. Category 3 and higher hurricanes are considered major hurricanes, though categories 1 and 2 are extremely dangerous and warrant your full attention.
Is that all on hurricanes?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll take you through a little bit about tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
A tornado is a violent rotating column of air which is in contact with both the surface of the earth and a cumulonimbus cloud, or in rare cases the base of a cumulus cloud. The most intense of all atmospheric phenomena, tornadoes come in many shapes and sizes, but are typically in the form of visible condensation funnel. Most tornadoes have wind speeds between 40 miles per hour and 110 miles per hour. A tornado is not necessarily visible, however, the intense low pressure which causes a high wind speeds and rapid rotation usually causes water vapor in the air to become visible as a funnel cloud or condensation funnel. Now, that's all on tornadoes. Would you like to talk about volcanoes for us?
Yes. Volcanoes are really mountains that build taller and taller with time as they erupt. That means that molten rock and magma that comes from within the earth erupts onto the surface. The volcano might be explosive and produce ashes, or be effusive and produce lava. There are 3 things that deal with lava, 3 V's. Volume, viscosity, and volatiles. Volume is the amount of lava. Viscosity is how goopy or how thick the lava is. And volatiles is the stuff that is inside the lava, or what it's made from. Another thing that comes from volcanoes are pyroclastics. They are chunks of rock or liquid that fly from volcanoes. Blocks are solid and bombs are liquid. We know of at least 1,500 volcanoes in the world that are active. The country that has the most volcanoes is Indonesia, and that's all I have for volcanoes.
Okay. Now to talk about asteroids, comets, and meteors. Now, asteroids, sometimes called minor planets or planetoids, are small solar system bodies in orbit around the Sun, especially in the inner solar system. They are smaller than planets, but larger than meteoroids. The term asteroid has historically been applied primarily to minor planets of the inner solar system, as the outer solar system was poorly known when it came into common usage. The distinction between asteroids and comets is made on visual appearance. Asteroids are made of rocky and or iron nickel material, and most are found in an orbit between Mars and Jupiter. Most are pitted with impact craters and dust left from collision with other objects in the solar system. Some asteroids have other asteroids orbiting them also. Comets are believed to be in long elliptical orbits that take them from beyond the orbit of Uranus to around the Sun. The nucleus of a comet is like a ball of rock and dirty snow. Meteors, known also as shooting stars, are usually sized from a grain of sand to about a softball. As a meteor enters the Earth's atmosphere, it becomes very hot due to friction, like when you rub your hands together for a few moments. They become bright and seem to streak across the sky. And that's all I have on that. Would you like to talk about optical phenomena?
Yes, let's get started. There are 3 types of optical phenomena I'm going to be talking about: halos, rainbows, and mirages. A halo is a luminous ring around the sun or moon. When it appears around the sun, it is a solar halo. When it forms around the moon, it is a lunar halo. Halos are formed by refraction of light as it passes through the ice crystals. Halos appear in various sizes, but the most common size is a small 22-degree halo. Now I'm going to talk to you about rainbows. Rainbow is a circular arc seen opposite to the sun, usually exhibiting all the primary colors with red on the outside. Diffraction, refraction, and reflection of light cause it to form raindrops or spray. Now I'm going to talk to you about mirages. Mirages are images of objects that are made to appear displaced from their normal positions because of refraction. Mirages are often seen in desert areas where near surface becomes very hot. And that's all I have about mirages.
Okay. I'm going to take us through natural fires. Now, a natural fire is a rapid, persistent chemical reaction that releases heat and light, especially the combination of any substance that's easy to burn with oxygen and releases heat. Natural fires are found in forest environments. Since these fires are found in forests, many plants have adapted to survive them. These plants are called fire species. Natural fires are so dangerous because 3 to 5% of lightning fires burn out of control.
Weather instruments. I'm going to be talking about 4 different things: thermometers, barometers, weather balloons, and weather satellites. Thermometers measure air temperature. Thermometers work because matter expands when heated. Most thermometers are closed glass tubes containing liquids such as alcohol. A barometer measures air pressure. An Italian scientist named Torricelli built the first barometer in 1643. People still use mercury barometers based on Torricelli's design to measure air pressure. Weather balloons measure weather conditions higher in the atmosphere. The weather balloon is made of rubber and helium is put inside and sensors are connected to the bottom. They let it go and it floats up, and when it pops, the sensor drops and tells you what's going on in the atmosphere and what the weather is going to be like. Weather satellites are able to photograph and track large-scale air movements. Meteorologists compile and analyze the data with help of computers, all the way from space. Now, Desher, you're going to talk about earthquakes?
Yes. An earthquake, also known as a quake, tremor, trembler, or seismic activity, is a result of a sudden release of energy in Earth's crust that creates seismic waves. Earthquakes are measured with a seismometer. At the Earth's surface, earthquakes manifest themselves by shaking and sometimes displacing the ground. When a large earthquake epicenter is located offshore, the seabed sometimes suffers sufficient displacement to cause a tsunami. The shaking and earthquakes can also trigger landslides and occasionally volcanic activity. And that's all we have for earthquakes. Would you like to talk about clouds for us?
Hold on. There are 3 types of earthquake faults.
3 types.
Convergent, divergent, and transform.
Transform.
Clouds are classified into a system that uses Latin words to describe the appearance of clouds as seen by an observer on the ground. There are 4 different types. Cumulus, translation is heap. Thank you. Example, which is a fair weather cloud. Stratus, which means layer in Latin, is an example is altostratus, which is high. Cirrus, which means curl of hair in Latin, are just cirrus clouds. Nimbus, which means rain in Latin, are also associated by cumulonimbus. Cloud names containing the prefix cir, C-I-R-R, as in cirrus clouds, are located at high levels, while clouds names with prefix alto, as in altostratus, are found at middle levels. And that's all I have about clouds. Special thanks to Ms. Root for teaching us all this information.
Great name.
And signing off is Deb Swing. I'm Jordan Basky. See you later.
See you later.